Apologies. This is the revolutionary voice that was supposed to come yesterday on Sunday, the 23rd November 2025. But we didn't come because of other inconveniences. But today, 24th November, we are presenting to you a Pan-African revolutionary voice. Our topic of the day: Malawi, a country of wounds with paths without needles to open them. In my language, Malawi, we say, Malawi dziko la zithupsa zosowa odzitumbula. Fellow citizens and revolutionaries of Africa and Malawians, greetings. As per our agenda of mindset change towards 2030, the Revolutionary Party is here again committed to our goal of changing Malawi and by extension, Africa. Before we go further, here are two Pan-African revolutionary voices about South Africa, Tanzania, Cameroon, Senegal, Cote d'Ivoire, and DRC. Our revolutionary voice will talk about these nations, including our own ally. The Continental Organization AU is sitting in Angola today, and Malawi is represented with the presence of our Vice President, Mrs. Jane Ansah. Number 3, Africa has become the only vulnerable continent on planet Earth, not because we are a helpless or lazy continent, not even because of poverty. Number 4, Africa is vulnerable more because as a unique race, we misunderstand our skin color, brown as black. And we misunderstand the color of the Europeans, of pink, and we think it's white. We understand brown as black and they understand pink as white. This is our problem in Africa. In true sense, Africans are dark or brown people, not black. In true sense, Europeans are pink people, not white. We should stop misunderstanding if we want to lead Africa from these exploitations. 5, the most 20 richest countries were meeting for the first time in Africa, known as G20 in Johannesburg. This meeting just concluded yesterday. This was supposed to be an opportunity for Africa to speak with one voice against the injustices Western world, particularly Europe and America, have inflicted on African people from time immemorial. Number 7, the United States of America, which has taken the role of global policeman, has stood against South African President Cyril Ramaphosa to the extent of humiliating him at the White House. Unfortunately, African Union, SADC, ECOWAS, or Maghreb stopped short of defending or standing with South African president, our fellow Africa. We failed completely. We allowed one of our own to be humiliated. Likewise, number 8, Burkina Faso's revolutionary leader Ibrahim Traoré has been a target of Western terror, but no African country sent soldiers to Burkina Faso to beef up his security. One of our own. Number 9, behind the scenes, many African leaders are working with the imperial world to make sure Ibrahim Traoré faces assassination. Number 10, likewise, African SADC are quite on the massacre and atrocities that took place in Tanzania recently. There has never been continental or regional condemnation against Chama cha Mapinduzi and President Samia Suluhu Hassan. This has been the case in Cameroon, Mozambique, DRC, and recently Tanzania. Number 11, if African Union and SADC fail to confront hectic problems and concentrate on white elephant projects of African passports and unity on the mouth that never materialize, leaving or bypassing pressing issues, we must forget ever correcting and reversing the evil of partition, scramble, slave trade, and colonization of African people. Number 12, we urge G20 in Johannesburg to accept the wind of change blowing planet Earth. That time of African oppression and exploitation of our resources is over. Sovereign Africa is what the wind of change demands now. Sovereign Africa is what the wind of change is demanding now. Number 30. The topic of the day is Malawi, a country of wounds with pus without needles to open them. In my language, Malawi dziko la zithupsa zosowa otumbula. Number 40. For 31 years of democracy, Malawi has developed chronic disease of wounds with pus. But for 31 years, we have failed to find leaders and governments that opened the wounds, removed the pus, and cleaned them for treatment. None for 31 years. Number 15. What we have realized and discovered is that this country has leaders and governments that only knows to identify the wounds, the tropia, but nobody knows how to open or clean them. That's our problem. That's our tragedy. Number 16. In 1994, we were told of the wounds of Kamuzubanda, but for 10 years, instead of removing the pus, UDF created more wounds, the Ethiopia. Number 17. In 2004, when UDF lost government from UDF to DBP, the wounds with pus continued to rise. Number 18. The song we have heard is "We Found Nothing in the Government." That has been the song each and every government have sung. Yet citizens and companies have not at any day stopped paying taxes. And they find nothing. But Malawians and companies continue paying tax each and every day. Number 19. Many brilliant and futuristic minds have given up about Malawi. Those with no political but academic beliefs have or are contemplating relocating. Some have already relocated to other countries because they have lost hope about Malawi. And I urge you, Malawians, particularly the revolutionaries, don't lose hope. Let us fight on until Malawi is completely liberated. A colleague from Germany, a Malawian, has composed 3 songs, one of which you heard it on our beginning, and I urge you all to listen to it, that as revolutionaries we should not give up until Malawi is free. Number 20. Every election since 1994, we have been promised of fixing the past mistakes, but no day were we told or promised a doable future. Every time we get into the new government, we find the same problem. Each and every government find the same problem and leave same problems. Number 21. Minister of Finance, Mr. Mwanamveka, just announced in Parliament that State House blew 67 billion kwacha in 6 months. He also announced Malawi's national debt that it has shot up from 4 trillion in 2020 to 21.6 trillion in 2025. Number 22. This is the same story we were also told in 2020, that the president's bodyguard had over 50 cars, property, and had worth more than senior government officials. 5 years later, the very same people that exposed the malpractices of others are discovered to have squandered 17.6 trillion in 5 years. Number 23. Being a country that is good at discovering wounds, Ethiopia, it is unlikely DBB will probe the scandals that led to this country borrowing 17.6 trillion kwacha in 5 years. If we look at mega developments in 5 years, it is none other than the road network in Lilongwe, Lilongo Bridge, a building in Cholo, teachers' houses, soldiers' houses, particularly police, but signs are visible that roads in Lilongwe were funded by China aid, and Lilongo Bridge was financed by the Japanese government. So where did 17.6 trillion go? That's a question that each and every Malawian must ask, regardless whether you're a politician, from whichever political party, or a common citizen. Number 25. Until we start walking our talk about removing pus, kudumbula zitupya, from the wounds, not rhetoric, shall this country develop and prosper. Until that day, we are going to start acting. This country will never change. Number 26. Our problem as a country is that criminals are the very important people, VIPs. It is and has been the difficulty, and it's been difficult and impossible to stop the pus on the wounds. Why? Because the people that are criminals are the very same people that are given our resources to take care of. In other words, Malawi continues to entrust the security of our gods to hyenas. That is where the problem is. Number 27. If we keep treating squanders, destroyers, embezzlers, and corrupt people with kid gloves, we must know we have failed the war against impunity, against arrogance, spiced by or with extravagance, and we have lost the battle against corruption. On the number 28, on the local scene, we are questioning road traffic department or Department of Roads on how they treat motorbikes transport system in Malawi. In our country, many Malawians are recuperating, are recovering through Kabaza business. But we are urging traffic department to enforce the laws so that Kabaza transport must also be conversant with highway code. Number 29. There are various and a lot of accidents taking place in Malawi, and the causes are operators of Kabaza. Many cars have faced accidents, lives have been lost because of the Kabaza operators. We demand or we ask the government, particularly the Department of Traffic, to impose or regulate Kabaza operators that they must at least be licensed to drive or to ride so that safety of our people in Malawi roads are guaranteed. Number 31. Parliament has just appointed chairpersons and cluster committees. As citizens, we want to see accountability on the taxes of citizens, on all vandalized and embezzled funds of the country. Fellow Malawians, it's high time Parliament develop teeth to start biting for development. Even though we have number 32, even though we have one government, but the three branches of state works independently, why does Parliament spare criminals in the executive branch? Why does judiciary, in the law or in the constitution, spare the department or the branch of the executive when it is the one that is destroying our country? We therefore command or demand that each and every one who messes up with our taxes or people's taxes must be held accountable. This is why a revolutionary party is demanding time has come for constitutional conference so that some of the rules, some of the laws, some of the acts must be amended or repealed so that whoever is given the task of taking care of taxes of our people must make sure that he is held accountable. In companies, TNM or MTL or Airtel, if a manager is given perks and he overused them or he used them more than the time that he was assigned to, that's a crime. He's fired. If not fired, he must repay the money. Why not in government? Fellow Malawians, this is our country. This is our country. We will never have any other country apart from this one. And it's time we start standing up for our taxes and defend them. You were with me, Bantu Saunders Jumah, the revolutionary and leader of Muvi Wachilungamo in this country. Thank you very much. We apologize. Electricity went off. That's a Malawi for us. That every time, if it's not electricity, it's water. If it's not water, it's forex. If it's not forex, it's bad leadership. If it's not bad leadership, it's crime all these are happening in this country, but we cannot expect anyone from outside to come and fix these problems. We ourselves can. Have a great day. May God bless this country and bless you all. Thank you very much.